Hey, good morning, guys. Hey, so here we are, week 8 of 7 Ways to Be Her Hero. I hope that all of you are enjoying this book as much as I have, but not only just enjoying it for reading sake purposes, but that you're also being challenged in one way or another. I mean, to me, this book has been probably one of the better written books for guys when it comes to talking about, you know, how to be that great husband that your wife so desires, but not only the husband that she desires, but the husband that God has called us to be. And I love this last, one of the last chapters, in chapter 8, putting pride aside. And from pride to humility, because as guys, I think this is probably a huge one that we struggle with. We're prideful. We don't like to say we're sorry. We don't like to be that humble person most of the time. Some of you, it may come easy, but for most of us, it's not. And I really want to challenge you guys that as we wrap up this book, that I don't know if you've been kind of writing notes on the side, highlighting, maybe journaling, maybe you've just been watching the videos and not really reading the book. That's okay too. But I hope that something has struck a chord with you and has challenged you, again, one shape, form, or another. But then the big question is, what are you doing about it? What are you doing to be that better husband? What are you doing to be that hero she wants you to be? So let's dive into it. In here, page 1. Oh my goodness, I lost my page. Give me a second here. We're talking from Pride to Humility, page 122. And I just want to read some of the bullet points that Doug points out in here and see if some of that resonates with you. Humility enables you to keep your mouth shut when you are hurt, so that your wife is not wounded by your counter attacks of words and can more readily experience peace in her life. Wow. Sometimes in the midst of heat, in the midst of an argument, we we tend to, instead of putting down the flame, we add gasoline to it by the words or what we say. Guys, I want to encourage you that you choose your words wisely when in an argument. Sometimes the best thing to do is say nothing. It's funny because for me, obviously, all of you pretty much know me. I'm not one to be shy. I'm not one to have lack of words. But what's funny is I really have, being a pastor, not only that, but being a husband, being a father of 2 girls, I have been having to learn a lot on using my words correctly, what to say. I'm a work in progress. Melinda Bouvet, I'm sorry. I'm a work in progress, but I'm trying really hard on watching how I speak, especially, and mainly sometimes I just joke around, but mainly also too is working as a pastor. All of you know we have a food pantry here, and we have a lot of homeless people that come through our campus. We're recently trying to just make some changes on our campus because of our preschool, so we're constantly having to confront people. But it's funny because I've been trying to figure a way to, when I confront them in such a way where it's not only loving, but at the same time that by the time that I've asked them to leave our campus or whatever the situation may be, that instead of them leaving upset, yelling and cursing at me, that they would leave thanking me. I picked up a book called Verbal Judo. Awesome book. A lot of law enforcement, a lot of people in that kind of job read this book because it's about de-escalating situations. So I've been reading that book this summer as well on figuring out how to use my words so that instead of escalating the situation, de-escalating the situation. Another show, and I know Ivan Martinez hates this show, but I love it because it's all about de-escalating the situation. It's called Flashpoint. It's an awesome show. It's about a SWAT team, but their whole purpose is to de-escalate the situation. But I love it because it's your words and what you say and what you can say to someone to bring them down when they're in the midst of the heat of the moment, when they're angry. So again, guys, sometimes the best thing we can do is just stay zero, nothing, because sometimes we do more hurt than damage. The other one is humility is okay when using words that build up your wife, and it does not require a quid pro quo. And if I do this, you'll do that type of arrangement. See, sometimes we do things expecting things back. And we have to have that attitude of not expecting anything back. Guys, maybe this is you. Humility allows you to ask your wife a question. It allows you to listen to her without having to talk over her or have the last word. Maybe that's not in your relationship. Maybe this is something you need to work at. Humility allows you to choose personal inconvenience or so that your wife can experience comfort. Wow. Talk about being a servant. Sometimes it's looking at our wife and we're going to have to, okay, I'll do this because I want my wife to be happy. Happy wife, happy life. We've all heard that, right? So, hey, guys, I hope you guys are reading this or listening to these. Humility rejects seeking eye for an eye, retaliation against your wife, and pursues reconciliation. Guys, sometimes it's not about, hey, you know what, I'm going to get you back for that. It's not. It's your wife. It's about reconciling the marriage. Humility allows you to say to your wife, I'm sorry, I was wrong. Hard one for us, right? Hard one. We want to win every argument. Hard for us to say, I'm sorry, I was wrong. But so much power are in those words when we are wrong. And I've said it, you guys have heard me say it before on Wednesday nights, that sometimes, we just have to be that better person and just say, I'm sorry, to end it and move on. Humility allows you to pursue conflict resolution with tenderness and resist protecting your ego. And the last one, humility allows you to say to your wife, I've been a sucky husband. I don't want to be sucky anymore. Wow. I want to challenge you guys that perhaps you've been that sucky husband over the last year, the last few years, whatever it may be. Would you be willing to be humble enough? Would you be willing to eat a piece of humble pie for the sake of your marriage and go to your wife and say, I'm sorry, I have been a sucky husband the last few months, the last year, the last 10 years, whatever it may be, and say, I'm sorry, I don't want to be that sucky husband no more. Will you help me? What can I do to be not so sucky? So, hey guys, I want to challenge you. Again, there's a lot in this book, and that's what I'm going to leave you with today. Hope, again, that you're enjoying. We're going to wrap this up here in the next 2 weeks. So if you, again, even if you're just listening to these videos, I hope and pray that God is challenging you to be an amazing husband. And not only that, an amazing father. Look, I tell guys all the time, look, if you're a great husband, you're going to be a great father. If you're a sucky husband, you're a sucky father. Now, you may say, well, no, it's not that way because I'm a great father, but I'm a sucky husband. Well, look, the reason why I would say if you're a sucky husband, you're a sucky father, is because part of being a husband is training and teaching our kids how to be that great husband. And if you're being a horrible husband, then yes, you're a sucky father because you're not teaching your kids how to be great husbands or your daughters on what to look for. And let me ask you this question. Would you want your daughter, and I know we're not in Kentucky, so bear with the question, and I want you to peel yourself back. Would you want your daughter to marry you if she wasn't your daughter? Just think about that question. Ponder it. And if the answer is no, I would not want my daughter to marry me, then maybe you need to make a change in your life. Your wife deserves a godly husband. And I know that all of you watching this video, all of you who've been reading this book, want to be great husbands because that's what God has called us to be. God has called us to love our wives as Christ loved the church. We've talked about that, time in and time out about that. And I know that all of you, deep down in your heart, you desire to be great husbands. Well, stop just desiring and stop just wanting. Start doing. Start doing the things that we talked about on the show. Start doing them. And then you will become that husband that God has called you to be. Hey guys, be blessed this week as you're wrapping up your summers. Remember to create memories with your family, with your wife. And again, guys, we're excited to get going back again on Wednesday nights. You'll be getting a video shortly, probably at the same time as you get this one, about details about our kickoff. So, hey guys, we will see you guys next week. Take care.